All right. Let's clap it up. Shalom, DC. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. And the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. We are not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home with the truth. If it's not 1 West under Commanding General Yahanna, you are not in the truth. Plain simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we're going to get into what many of us know and what few of us have been introduced to, but we know deep down exactly how the way America feels about so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who the Most High calls Israel. Right. We all know how the way these devils feel about us. Not only just these devils, is the other heathens, the rest of the world, how the way they truly feel about us. They hate us, absolutely hate us, and it is evident. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just look around how the way we are treated and how the way the other nations are treated. It doesn't matter if you're from Honduras. It doesn't matter if you're from the Bahamian Islands. It doesn't matter if you're from you from Haiti. It doesn't matter if you're from Argentina. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're from one of the few reservations that is on this stinking continent right here. If your father is a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you are a piece of filth and a piece of trash to these oppressors and these devils. But the good news is, it doesn't matter what they think. We may be living in their kingdom, but it's only for a short time. It really, truly does not matter what they think about us, how they feel about us, because in a hot second, their opinion and all of that stuff is not going to matter. Not one lick of nothing. It's not going to matter nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because when Christ comes back, they are going to be the niggas of the earth. They are going to be the trash, the scum, the savages. They are going to be the illegal aliens. Even though the oppressor, the devil, is the illegal alien of the whole entire world, you don't even know where they come from. Just because they've captured and conquered a land does not mean that they actually come from that land. You know what I'm saying? They have no homeland. They're nothing but a bunch of vagabonds, and they have the nerve, the audacity to treat our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the salt of the earth, God's chosen people, like trash. You know what I'm saying? Slag, if you could, Brock, can you just fill out the chairs, Baba Kashar? And then we're gonna get into the article right after that. But we're gonna show the hypocrisy of how the way this nation treats the Lord's chosen people, and the way that this nation treats every other heathen that's on the face of the earth. We're gonna see how the way these bastards treat us, how the way they treat everybody else. It's all right. It's cool. It's cool. The only reason why it's cool right now is because I know what's coming next. I know what the Most High has in store for us, and what the Most High has in store for our oppressors. All of them. It's not just one or two or three people in the world that is oppressing us. It is everybody. Everybody has had a hand in our oppression. Still has a hand in our oppression. They just take turns whooping us. They take turns whooping us and laughing at us as they're doing it. But the Most High is gonna have something, has had something for that. He remembers everything. And he's going to hold all of our oppressors accountable for all that they have done. All that they have done. Even though we have no might in our hand right now at this point in time. We have no might in our hand. We can't call upon our politicians. Even the politicians that look like us, who come from our people, we can't call upon them. because they're bought out. They don't have our best interest in at listen to this one sister was saying who she was working for corporate America, and she was saying how, you know, black people have a different set of rules than every other nation in corporate America. What every other nation in corporate America does, you cannot do because you are God's chosen people. Even the Africans can go by those rules, but we cannot. Even though everybody says we're the same, but we are 100% totally not the same. And she was saying even the you would have to watch it back, even from the our older generation who's been there before, who quote unquote pioneered the way for other younger, you know, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in corporate America. She said you couldn't even trust them. You probably couldn't trust them more than you couldn't trust the oppressor that's there. Why? Because they've been assimilated, and they've been what's that dude's name? Uncle Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? They may look like you, but they out for blood. Can't stand them niggas. Them type folk. They can't stand us. They can't, even though they are us. You know what I'm saying? They was us at one point in time, trying to get ahead in life, trying to survive this captivity. But then you got crab in the barrel head ass niggas that's out here that's trying to just pull you back down. But you know where you ain't gonna find that? You ain't gonna find that in the I.S.U.P.K. Why? Because Commander General Yahanna has worked tirelessly to ensure that kind of you know, that kind of thing is not a place here. It's like it. Barack, if you could, yes. Can you put that cover on here? On that, yeah. For what? Command General Yahanna has worked tirelessly to ensure that this place is a place of brotherhood, and I've never experienced, you know, brotherhood like this place here. Right. Looking at camera right there. Okay. Wait, hold on. Nah. Yeah, looking there, Papa Shaw. Command General Yahanna has worked tirelessly for to ensure that this place is a place of brotherhood. You know, if not in there, check down there. No, right there. Yeah. And I, like I said, I've been in many other organizations, you know what I'm saying, where it claimed there was supposed to be brotherhood, but it was no type of brotherhood whatsoever. Whatsoever. But this place is real true brotherhood. I've never, and I'm most likely I will never, I would never see any type of anything that's anything remotely close to the type of brotherhood that it is. That's right here, One West, home of the truth. Most likely you ain't gonna see nothing like this, because there is nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? Scratch that, Brock. Did you use the blue one for it out? Yeah. Just let's just do that. But we're gonna get into we're gonna get into to what's going on right now here in this captivity. I know a bunch of people, or we already know what's going on in the world. A lot of our brothers from the northern tribe is escaping, you know what I'm saying, warlike conditions. Fold it up, Papa Shaw, so it won't. Brock, fold it up. Yeah, fold it up and then put it down so it won't touch the ground. Yeah. Just fold it in half. A lot of our brothers and sisters are escaping hellish conditions that this stinking country has. Nah, don't put that on there. Yeah. What this country has put on our brothers and different places like Honduras and Mexico and Guatemala and all these other places, El Salvador. How the way they put these terrible harsh conditions where it just bred cesspools in our brothers and sisters place lands, to whereas they just need to escape just to live. You know what I'm saying? They committed they made it to where it's a war zone.
Right.
They suffocated, they stifled, organic growth, to where, in the sake of democracy, so that they can put whoever they want in charge. Just like I said, we can't go to our politicians because they're bought out. That's the same for that's down in Central and South America. They just can't let us live, let us operate our way, the way we want to be governed from our own people. They have to stick their grubby little hands in our affairs, to the point where they totally destroyed where we live. And instead of just backing out and just letting us clean up the mess that they made, they enact policies where now we have to become, I ain't even gonna say illegal. We have to escape our homelands. We have to escape the lands that we are in right now, just so we can go to another place to try and have a better place for our kids to grow up. Who wants to have their kids grow up in cesspools where there's where there's rampant violence and rampant drug addiction and rampant poverty? Who wants to allow their children to grow up in something like that? If you know better, you're going to do better. And if we can't, operate where we can, clean up the place ourselves, we're going to have to vacate that place, just leave and go someplace where in our minds is a little bit better. And in our minds, that little place that's a little bit better is United States of America. When in reality, this is the pit of hell. This is the absolute pit of hell for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter how much political clout you have. Doesn't matter how much popularity you have. You are still nothing but a nigger, a spick, and a savage to the oppressor. And we're gonna prove this right here, right now. If you could, Barack, let's start off that story article that I got you. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, please type it in the chat. We're gonna get to any questions, comments, and concerns that you have. All right. Is there anything on there?
Oh, questions wise? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rockland County declares state of emergency as Mayor Adams plans to send migrants to Hudson Valley.
Okay, so basically, right here, what on is there's migrants that's being sent throughout. They're coming in on the southern border, whether it's Texas, whether it's New Mexico, California, wherever they're coming from, wherever they can get over here. They're sending them from those border states, and they're busting them up to anywhere, basically. You know what I'm saying? So right now, a lot of them are coming up to New York, right? And New York is saying they can't house all these migrants when New York is one of the richest cities in the world. One of the richest cities in the world. That's the financial capital of the world. Wall Street, the place where they say the streets are paved with gold. They're thinking New York City.
Right.
That's where they think. And New York City, incidentally, is where they have Ellis Island, where they have the Statue of Liberty, where it says give us your poor, your huddled, your weak, and everything. That was their motto. They was talking about the Europeans. They weren't talking about our brothers and sisters that from the South, Central and South America, and the Caribbean islands. They wasn't talking about Israel. They was talking about their stinking, nasty, disgusting people. You know, I just saw a video. This Edomite, this nigga had the nerve to come on our national TV, but he had to come on, which is basically the equivalent of national TV, which is social media. Come on social media and was like, hey, look at my shower. This is my shower. You know, everybody wants to wonder what my shower looks like. This is my shower. As you can see, there is no cleaning supplies in here. There is no soap. There is no soap. You do not need soap to clean your body. All I do is scrub with water.
That's a rough.
This nigga actually had the nerve to go in public and say he does not use soap to wash his hind parts. Like, are you serious? You serious? He was. This a man that rules over us. I had to squint my eyes and like, this is this the guy? Is this the man to rule over? He don't even wash his. Like yo. I seen another video.
I remember some years ago, probably about 4 years ago. You know, Snapple facts. You know, little Snapple bottles.
Yeah.
You know, they had. I was drinking me a nice cold one. I think it was kiwi strawberry.
I don't know what's up with Israel. We always getting that kiwi strawberry.
I got the kiwi strawberry. So a lot of you like the cold.
Yeah.
And, so I looked at the Snapple fact. That just said Queen Elizabeth. It's recorded in history that Queen Elizabeth only bathed twice.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, I had to look it up to make sure it was true.
Wait. She said it said. Wait.
Queen Elizabeth, one that just died. Only baby. I don't know if the one that just died, but Queen Elizabeth, she only bathed twice.
Well, like twice a month or twice a day.
It said twice. I had to go look it up myself.
Just 2 times her whole life. That bitch was slocking. That woman was about 100 years old. And you mean to tell me she only bathed twice?
I guess when I looked it up, and they think that they with oil, or not soaking in the oil and like get some type of sweet sense on me, but like that was their type of culture. It's like even with Britain, they teeth with all of their drugs and mixed with the fact that the hygiene. Like a lot of people know the British for having some messed up teeth, more so not even just the why be crooked, but the yellowness and the rottenness, I should say. Like that's something that a lot of people, are aware of when it comes to those old British folks. Even today, it be like that over there in some of them Europe countries over there in the East. Yeah, and then that's Snapple fact. We talk about Snapple here, not your neighborhood, TikTok, conspiracy theories. We talking about Snapple. Snapple got a little bit of reputation. They got kiwi strawberry. They said that Queen Elizabeth only bathed twice. I had to look it up to make sure, and sure enough. So hold
on. So you mean to tell me that this woman, this supposed monarch, who was basically in charge of at one point the goddamn free world, her and her family was in charge of the free world. Mm-hmm. They said at one point in time the sun never set on the British Empire. Because that's how vast their land was. So you mean to tell me this woman,
yes,
didn't wash,
yes,
with soap and water, basic essential.
Yes.
But she used oil.
She used that. It wasn't bath material. It wasn't something clean. It's like a wipe down. It's a wipe down. Like you get to a certain age, I guess elderly folks sometimes they get wiped down instead of like a wash. That's what a lot of these homes will do. They wipe you down instead of bathing you, and that's typically that was like the thing. It was never like a bathing people, which of course we know about history that we taught these nations today. Bathing came from Israelites.
Like yo,
yeah, that happened.
There's literally like laws in the Bible,
right,
telling you to wash your ass. Like, yeah, right. There's laws. It says wash your butt. wash with soap and water. It tells you to do this stuff. But you have people who think they know better than God himself, and they don't wash, but they wipe down, and you wonder why they have stuff called the bubonic plague. They have stuff called the Spanish fever, where it wiped out a third of the entire earth. Do you understand what I'm saying? You think COVID was bad? Niggas was dying like yo, people were dying because people didn't wash their hands. Hold on, real quick. That the oppressor smells like wet dog. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, the wet dog.
Yeah, the wet dog. You ever heard that? Now I wonder why that came about. Because if you use soap and water, you ain't gonna smell like no goddamn wet dog. You ain't gonna smell like no wet dog. I saw another video. See, man, we going all on top of how dirty these bastards are. If you could give me that scripture, look narrowly upon them. Like, is this the man who rule the earth? I saw this one video. This oppressive woman was saying, I don't know if my boyfriend, uses soap, so I'm going to prove it. And she went to the shower and like marked the soap where it was, right? And if the dude actually uses soap, like the mark would have moved. So she waited for him. Like, he went to the gym and he came back, and then he was done. I guess showering. She came in, and then she was like, "Hey, so what's going on?" She's like, "None. I just finished showering." He's like, "Oh yeah, you did?" And then she looked at where the soap was, and the soap hadn't moved, and she picked up the mark where it was. She was like, "But you didn't use soap." He was like, "I don't need to. I just use water." Like, you dirty something or another. You are a disgusting, vile piece of garbage.
That's real ratchet.
Yeah. That's worse than right. You have the goddamn nerve to talk about anybody. You have the nerve to talk about anybody. Like, how when you go, well, not really, but brothers out. Let's give a shout out to North Carolina, because they're about to have a green thumb class where you go out and actually learn how to grow stuff, like gardening and whatnot, so that Israel can come up and we garden on our own and make our own food and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. When you out actually going, that's how you did it. Okay, I see. Okay. I see. I did that too. No sweat. All right, but anyway, you ever when you was a kid and you was playing in the dirt and whatnot, you out there on the ground, and you once you wipe the dust off, you still got some stuff on your hands. You mean to tell me you're gonna take some oil? You gonna take some oil and rub it on your hand, and then hey, now the dirt is gone?
Or a new cloth. Like, I saw some stuff about that too. Like, they use a different cloth every time or something like that. But it's like, okay.
But okay.
Soap and water.
Well, okay, you can use a new cloth. That's no sweat. But you mean to tell me they don't put no soap and no water on that new cloth? Nigga.
Extreme exfoliate.
So you take some, just let's do an experiment, Israel. Yeah. Just go out whenever you have a chance. Just take a rag, a new cloth, dry. Go out there and get some dirt. Rub it real good on your hand, just real good like that, and just drop it. And then take the dirt, the cloth, and just wipe. Just real quick, wipe it like that, and see if it's clean. See if it's clean. Give me that scripture if you could. But someone said something?
Shapat Tayak said, my cousin Rib, an Edomite, she says she takes bird baths unless she washes her hair every 3 days. So 3 days in between, just to give you the math. The other 4 days, bird baths.
Wait, hold on. No, every 3 days, so twice a week.
Yep.
You this what yo. Give me that scripture. Give me that scripture, Bible Kashaw.
We got the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, starting at verse 16. They that see thee shall look narrowly upon thee.
Now that I'm telling you about how the way the oppressor openly says this stuff. What Shapat just brought out, he didn't just overhear this devil say this. This devil told him, like, all I do is take a bird bath. If anybody knows what a bird bath is you run the water on the sink and you take a rag and you hit the hot spots every once in a while. That's what a bird bath is, right? Now this devil told him that, and I remember this. So he told me this before. He told me this, right? So he was like, he told his cousin, and his cousin was like, so that's what that smell was.
That's almost.
You can't make this stuff up. Even if you want to, you cannot make this stuff up. So now that we bring some of this stuff out. Now look at the oppressor. Now you're gonna look at the oppressor. You just gonna narrowly just like what? Right? Keep going.
Shall look narrowly upon thee and consider thee, saying.
And you're gonna look at them like squint your eyes like yo. And you're just gonna consider. You're just gonna think, right? You just think to yourself for a hot second. After you know all this stuff, think about it, right? Keep going.
Saying, is this the man?
This that nigga? Like him? This dude that don't wash his butt. Mm-hmm. His woman that only washes, I heard another one who says they don't use soap. They only wash the hair and they let the soap that they lather up from the hair cover their body and whatnot. And that's how they use the soap. And they only do that, twice a week. Keep going. You going now? Look on them and consider.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Like, is this the man that has our woman, straightening their hair, perming their hair, and dyeing their hair white? Is it and getting these nasty looking contacts in their eyes? And putting the nasty stinking weaves in their hair? If you're gonna put something in your hair and make it, to give it some more fuller stuff, make it look like an Israelite woman. You know what I'm saying? The hair that stands up, that's full of life, like the sister that was. Everybody seen that clip where the sister was talking about whatever, and then her wig fell off.
Are you talking about on that podcast?
Yeah, on that podcast, and the sister, the wig fell off, and she was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." You know what I'm saying? That I thought that was her hair because that junk looked natural until it came off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna wear a wig, if you're gonna wear some extensions or whatnot, wear something that looks like you. Right. Just give it some more, some more bounce, but it ain't gotta look like no goddamn devil. It ain't got you know what I'm saying? We used to call it horsehair. Get a horseback her hair. We ain't got why you gotta make it why you gotta look like that? Man, don't do it. Nah.
You take one.
Nah, I'm too wild. Nah. Well, hold on. We ain't on TikTok, right? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck it. Yeah.
I'll give you one.
Yeah. The water. I appreciate you. That's brotherhood right here. Yeah. Brotherhood is a weapon, right? But you know what I'm saying? If you're going to ain't like I said, there's nothing wrong with sprucing yourself up, especially our sisters. There's like a big movement called the Big Chop, where the sisters go through years and years of making their hair chemicalized, and it's just it's trash. The hair becomes trash. So what they do is they try to go back natural, and they get the Big Chop. In that in between time, when the sisters are trying to grow it back. You could always wear the headpieces, the wraps. You can wear the wraps. There's 1,000 different styles where you can go ahead and wear the wraps, and you don't have to wear the doggone the bonnets. Like, come on, Like you can really do some stuff with the raps. And if you don't, you tired with the raps, you can always go ahead and put put a wig on that look like your hair.
You gotta go too far.
You ain't going, yeah.
You gotta go too far.
that ain't too far. You can do that. But why you gotta look like Becky with the bad hair? That junk is dead. Has no life to it. It's just laying there.
Right.
So be like that sister that had a wig fall off. Oh my God. Oh my God. Be like that. You know what I'm saying? Just get hair that look like yours. You ain't gotta look like the oppressor.
Right.
But just like you said, is this the man that made the world tremble? Keep going.
That did shake kingdoms.
That did shake kingdoms. Right now, there's a kingdom that's being shaken right now, and it's called what the hell? It's called not Russia, Ukraine. It's called Ukraine. Mm-hmm. But that's infighting right there. Them cousins, them kissing cousins. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. Ain't got they said what you eat don't make me. That ain't got nothing to do with us. But that's not the only nation that they cause to tremble. You know what I'm saying? All over the world with their quote unquote democracy and their religion. They made the world to tremble. But we looking at them like, yo, they can't even wash, they can't even bathe properly. How are they making the world tremble? Is that it?
On that verse. Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof.
And destroyed, and destroyed the cities thereof. Just like they destroyed Honduras. Right. Just like they're destroying, Guatemala. Just like they're destroying Haiti. What's that?
Just like they did to Haiti back in the day.
Exactly, and they still doing it now. You know the state of our brothers, Haitian brothers and sisters, the Levites, right now. Shout out to Officer Yatazar up in NYC, who is heading up, I.S.U.P.K. Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Gerald Muhammad brought it out, this past weekend. He was like, you think your zone is rough, which, most likely it is. But do you understand there's people rolling around with, with heads,
chicken thighs,
getting their thighs cut up in the middle of the street, setting people on fire. Like this stuff is happening right now. And Officer Yatas is out there building up a nation. From what's going on over there, he's building up a nation. Building up. He got boots on the ground in Haiti, in that war zone. And the reason why it's a war zone is because this batheless person is, destroyed our brothers and sisters down there. But they made that nation to shake and crumble to where it is a war. It is absolute hell. It is hell. And it's a shame because it's a paradise. If anybody's ever, unfortunately, our oppressor shows what it's not even showing you. It's showing like the night. I'm not even gonna call it the slums, but it shows like one little bad section. You know what I'm saying? You ever put together a puzzle like with a little jigsaw puzzle where it have a little pieces. It's like 500 or 1,000 whatever pieces. And then one of them is messed up because you try to jam it into the space, but it's so jacked up. But you have to put it in there and whatnot. But everything else is beautiful. But you only zoning in on that one goddamn small piece. That's how the way the oppressor shows Haiti. And the island of Haiti, of Hispaniola, is actually beautiful. Beautiful. I'm talking about blue waters. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about white sand beaches. I'm talking about, tropical scenery and whatnot. with mountain ranges, and you just looking out on the island or whatnot. Absolutely beautiful. But what does the oppressor show? What they done destroyed. What they done destroyed. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna pour money into Haiti by trying to set peace, law and order. And who's gonna be the peacekeepers? Contractors from the states. That's the money that's getting poured into, that they would destroy a nation, make it war torn, and then they call for police or they call for help, aid, and then they send their contractors over there to build up, stuff that they don't need. When I say stuff they don't need, like a convention center. Like these people, our people needs electricity, needs running water, needs homes, needs shelter, needs hospitals, needs infrastructure. But the money that the aid that gets poured in when, like, right after they had the hurricane, well, not the hurricane, the earthquake, and all that aid was poured into Haiti. You know where that money went to? All the contractors that came from outside Haiti, mostly the United States, that went over there and built convention centers and recreational centers. And then in order for them to do that, they had to have security. So a lot of contractors from the States came over there as security. Now that money, it was a ton of money that went in there, and all that money came in and it got funneled right back out. That is the oppressor. Not only do they hate us here, they hate us everywhere we are. Everywhere we are. That's who the oppressor is. Any more in that scripture?
That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof.
Destroyed Port-au-Prince. Destroyed El Salvador. What's that?
Rosewood.
They destroyed Rosewood. They destroyed, Tulsa. They destroyed Seneca Village. Yep. They totally and absolutely destroyed where Miami-Dade is. That was a slave community. That was a slave community, and then they came in, and it was, if you know anything about how the way cities are incorporated, there has to be like certain names, certain number of names to establish a city. Most of those names that established Miami were black. Us. But they destroy us. That's exactly that's all they do. They're nothing but parasites. And all the other heathens just want to be like the biggest parasite there is the oppressor. Stinking, nasty, non-washing oppressors. Yep. Man, dude, I ain't gonna say nothing. Any more on that scripture?
That opened not the house of his prisoners. That's the end.
Right, that open not the house of they don't let us go. They don't let us go. They just keep us in chains forever. If they could. But the time's gonna come where Christ is gonna come back and he's gonna cut them chains off. Right. And it's not a thing the oppressor can do about it. Anything online?
Nothing yet. Just brothers, sisters, agree, say shalom.
No sweat. Let's go to that article about Kashar.
Rockland County declares state of emergency.
Yeah, it's this site. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, type it in the chat. We're gonna get to all questions.
Rockland County declares state of emergency as Mayor Adams plans to send migrants to Hudson Valley.
Right.
Rockland County Executive Ed Day declared a state of emergency on Saturday in response to New York City Mayor Eric Adams' plans to relocate migrants from city shelters to hotels in the Hudson Valley.
All right, so what's going on is there's a bunch of migrants that's coming from the borders, the border towns, border cities, border states, all the way up over to New York. And the only reason, really, only reason why that New York has accepted the migrants was for not a hierarchy, but what do you what's the word I'm looking for? The moral high ground. Is they want to hold the moral high ground, saying, "Hey, we're housing all these migrants who are trying to seek asylum." And when you seek an asylum is because if the place that you come from, it's people are trying to kill you. People are infringing on your civil liberties and whatnot. There's a brother in the school that General Muhammad brought out. There's a brother in the school that was in I don't want to mess it up, but he was in one of the Central American countries. He was a Northern Tribe brother, and he said there was the local cartel, came to his town. And it was rounding up all the young men to be in the cartel. There was no choice. What did that dude say? La pluma or la plata? Take my silver or take my lead.
Right.
What was it? What was the brother's name?
Hold on, let me see.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I do. Yeah.
The Colombian brother.
Yep.
Man, I got his face in my head.
He said,
take my silver or take my lead.
Uh-huh.
La pluma or la plata.
Let me see. Plata
or pluma.
Plomo or plomo. I think it was plata or plomo. But hold on. Let me see.
What's the brother's name?
Oh, Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them. I can't remember which one it was.
Pablo Escobar. So this brother had a Pablo Escobar moment, right? Where the local cartel came into his town because it was that war. It was a war against themselves, against a rival cartel. So they needed manpower to do whatever it is that they needed to do. So they came to this town and rounded up all the young men and said, "Hey, we're going to come back. Round up all your people, and we're gonna take them. They're going to be a part of the cartel. If you don't want to be a part of the cartel, you are going to die." This brother said, "I don't want to be a part of the cartel." He was young at the time. "I don't want to be a part of the cartel, so I'm leaving." And that night, he gathered up his family and all that, and they gave him all the money that he had, that all the family had, and gave it to him and told him to go north. He found his way over to Chicago. He found his way over to Chicago, right into Captain Marquard's camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let's give the beast of the Midwest, the Midway beast of mayhem. Now he's raised up, under righteous leadership. Under righteous leadership, where he has real family. And I'm not talking about the family that told him to leave, because they were looking out for him. They were looking out for him. It was either he would have to, fight and with a rival cartel, which was his brothers. I'm talking about nationwide, or they was going to kill him. Now you shouldn't put, even we have laws. Even Israel has laws about, joining a war, joining the military. Even we have laws saying, if you ain't ready, don't go. There was a war with Gideon, where the armies was a large army that they had, but it was still dwarfed by the rival army. And the Most High God said, this is too much, too many men. Because if you fight and you win, you're going to say, well, we did it because we had the manpower. Right. So he told Gideon to tell the men, if you scared, go home. It ain't no sweat. We ain't gonna look bad upon you. If you don't want to fight, just go ahead. And they lost around 22,000 men that day. So even then, right there, if you don't want to fight, the Most High God is not gonna. He don't want you. He don't want you. If you can't fight your demons, he don't. And that goes for right here, right now, in the truth. If you don't want to fight your demons, he's going to spit you out. He's going to spew you out.
Right.
Go ahead, don't fight your demons over there, but you ain't going to be in the midst of the congregation not fighting your demons and just cause havoc amongst the righteous men. Go over there. Go by yourself. Go by yourself. Go enjoy yourself with Legion over there. But even the Most High God has laws and rules where you know it's lawful for you not to fight, and there is no shame. One in particular, what I'm talking about, is when you got a new rib. And there's a war going on. You stay your hind parts home with that woman, and beat the walls out as much as you can. That was the purpose of it.
Right.
Why? Because if you have a new rib and whatnot, you ain't gonna be thinking about your brother. You're gonna be thinking about that woman. So go ahead, be with that woman. Go ahead. It's no sweat off our back. Just go ahead, be with that woman. And then when you get yourself together in a year's time, come join us at the war.
Yep. Come
join us on the front line. Let's just hope, you know, there's still some fight to be had. You know what I'm saying? But where was I?
Still back at the article.
Yeah, let's keep going back to the article.
Right. Officials in the county said the state of emergency prohibits any outside
municipality
from bringing people to Rockland County for housing.
Right. Okay. So this is a ploy, and they're using their I ain't gonna say their wiles, but they're using their laws to prevent God's chosen people from coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So according to the state of let's read it. Let's read it. What the state of emergency is really all about.
The order prohibits hotels and motels from housing migrants without a license, and mandates that any city that sends asylum seekers to the county must ensure their care is fully paid for.
So in order if they do not enact this state of emergency, then the place that they're going to would have to pay for pay for the housing, the hotel, and all the expenses that comes with housing migrants there.
That's like that's like a thing, like a hospital, they knowing somebody that got a bullet wound or whatever, got an injury, needs some help, they in critical condition, and saying, listen, we can't take you ain't got insurance.
Yep.
It's like, that's what it seemed like this thing talking about when they say like, well, you if we seeking asylum, you got to know that we don't have the resources or the leadership, let alone to do it by the book. We trying asylum ain't hey man, I need somewhere to stay for the night. Asylum is like it's do or die. Like our people going through. So we fleeing. We ain't got time to get on the computer and put in visitor request for the VCC.
Yeah, there is absolutely no time. Like, hey, if you do not help me, I am going to die. Right. I cannot go back over here where I came from.
Right.
I used to work, I used to slave with the American embassies overseas, and there's very strict guidelines on how to deal with asylum seekers. And when what happens is 9 times out of 10, it's them coming up and doing it like nonchalantly, like, hey, look, I'm trying to seek asylum, go to the guards and say it, discreetly, because if anybody else hears about it, they're dead. They are absolutely 100% dead. And when they do it, it has to be done in like a secrecy type fashion. They can't, just let everybody know, hey man, I'm trying to seek asylum. Y'all let me up in here. Nah, it's like it's almost like a bank robber. They pass them a note.
Right.
Trying to seek asylum. What? What was that? Was that yeah, exactly. that TikTok thing. Say so one more time. Nigga, I'm trying to seek asylum. Help me. Help me. Nigga. Help me. So it's really urgent matter. And whenever they actually get the courage to go up and seek asylum, they know they cannot come back. They know they cannot. They can't tell anybody. They can't say their goodbyes, because if they say their goodbyes, even to their parents and their close friends or whatnot, their family members, they're gonna tell the Gestapo, whoever the powers that be, hey, this nigga trying to bounce out. He trying to roll out. So let's go get him. So they can't tell nobody. And when that happens, they sneak them in through the back door, through the side door, or they, something happens where they just disappear. They leave the, wherever they are at a cover of night or in a, unmarked car, blacked out, tinted out, whatever, and they put them in a secret location until they can get them the hell out of Dodge. But these people are seeking asylum, and you niggas, you bastards, you unbathers have the nerve to enact something, like a state of emergency. A state of emergency is something serious, where there's civil unrest, or there's a chance that chaos is going to explode, like a natural disaster. And if that natural disaster hits, then and people are hurt, hungry, or injured, or whatever, that they're going to wreak havoc among the society. So they enact a state of emergency to put martial law into place. They're doing this so they can keep people out. You got something, Barack?
If I may, just to show you how much that our person is a devil, and once again that all of these nations is in cahoots, and how the scripture said that these other nations are going to watch as that woman is set on fire, and how watching America get destroyed. But just to show you how much they are all the devil that the Bible speaks of, they didn't do that to them Arabs.
That's where I was.
Had to pay nothing. They got free tuition. They got paid.
That's where I was going. That's exactly where I was heading. That's exactly where I was heading. Barack is absolutely right and on it. We in the same spirit right here. We're in the same spirit. Yeah, exactly. There was no state of emergency when the Taliban came. There was no state of emergency when they rushed the Ukrainians in past the Haitians. There was no state of emergency then. So why is there a state of emergency right now, nigga? Why is there a state of emergency now? This is a goddamn Taliban that's here now. You know what they got? They got housing, just like he said. They got jobs. They got 850 credit score. Nigga, I ain't never touched 800. I'm still working on 200. What? They got loans and businesses. Not only they got businesses to keep us in sin. All them hookah spots, all them vape places. That's the Taliban. I'm calling them niggas is Taliban. That's who is Al Qaeda, ISIS, all them niggas, them cousins. That's them cousins. Them the niggas who make who was making Osama bin Laden's do-rags. That's who is over here now. That's who's over here now. They even got the Syrian refugees and whatnot. There was no outcry to stop them from coming in here. None. So why is it that all of a sudden they have to have a state of emergency to keep these people out, when they are in dire straits? Absolute dire straits. They go back to their country. I saw another video. This was just some years ago, where this is a brother from Honduras, and ICE came to bring him, came to take him away, and he was fighting with all his might. It took a few of these Edomites, to hold him and subdue him and arrest him, and he was yelling, "Take me to jail! Take me to jail, but don't send me back. Please don't send me back. Take me to jail. If you send me back, they're going to kill me. Just take me. He would rather stay in jail in the state so that he can actually survive and live. But what was they doing? They was going to take him. They was going to bring him back so that he can get killed. Begging and pleading the oppressor. That's that's tough right there. You got to beg and plead with someone who is beneath you for your life. For your life. Please take me to jail. I would rather go to jail. If you take me back home, they're going to kill me. Don't send me back to Honduras. They're going to kill me. Take me to jail. And these bastards want to enact a state of emergency. The Most High God, he's taking note. He's taking on all the atrocities that you're doing to his chosen people. Everything. Just imagine how the way someone you get a report that someone is bullying your kid at school. How you gonna feel? You're gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna probably go up to that school and wreak havoc. Someone bullying your kid? Nah, not if I have anything to do about it. Right. I'm going to go down to that school and kick every kid's ass. You know what I'm saying? I heard this one dude, he was a motivational speaker, right? And he was saying how his daughter was like an honor roll student and everything like that. And he was in line for the to pick his kid up and whatnot. And as he's coming up, he just sees her crying, just bawling out, crying, right? He was like, oh, hell no. So he got out the car. He wasn't even saying what happened. He was thinking someone was picking on her, bullying her and whatnot, right? So he gets out the car. He just says, you ain't got to tell me what happened. Just tell me who is it. Just point. Who is it, right? And that's what he was on. He was on, someone messing with his baby. He's going to go and kick the kid's ass. And she was, 8, 9 years old? He didn't care if the other kid was 8, 9 years old. He was ready to go to jail off of his baby crying, right? Turns out, she got a B instead of an A, and she was crying about that, right? But just the mindset of the way this brother was, his baby was crying, his kid was crying, and he wanted to know what was going on. He wanted to make it right. Just imagine what all these oppressors are doing to Lord's chosen people, and why our people are crying to the Most High God, just like we cried to the Most High God in Egypt. It said our cries went up to heaven, and he heard our cries. And he was like, enough is enough. I'm going to kill their firstborn. I'm going to send all these plagues, and I'm going to kill the firstborn of every living thing in that stinking vile land. They got cracked so hard that they was giving, all right, nigga, here you go. Here's the earrings, you know what I'm saying? Take the nose ring. Here, take these rings. You take these bracelets. Take it and get the hell out of get the hell out of Dodge. They just shoving it in our face. Take all the gold that you want. Why? Because the Most High God heard our cries, and they paid for it. Even to this, they was once the most powerful nation on earth. The most powerful nation on earth. No one can touch them. Now they just known for how great they once were. How great they once were. That's all they're known for. That's it. And just imagine how the way America's going to be. Just imagine everything that Egypt did to us back then is nothing compared to what these Edomites are doing to us now. Nothing. Sending us to our death, right, after we're begging, right, and pleading just to send us to jail, just let me go to jail. And now you want to enact, a state of emergency when that's supposed to be, in times for civil unrest, a possible time of civil unrest, or to get emergency aid in so that you can help your people. Nah, you want to put it in effect where people can't even help. The hotels have to get a permit from the state or from the county in order to help these migrants. Yep. I was in Germany when they had when they had those Syrian refugees just pouring into Europe. I was over there and we were staying in some hotel. We were staying in some hotel. It was all right. But we had to leave that hotel because the German military was being housed there so that they can, deal with the migrants that's getting flooded in those parts. So they was allowing, their military to be housed for free.
You got a comment online.
Let's hear
it. Culinary or whatever, Culinary Sports.
Okay, I know who that is.
Says, hello. You obvious have a strong disdain for anyone not associated with the tribes. Do you show this anger to these people while on your day-to-day job? There has to be a place of forgiveness.
There has to be a place for forgiveness.
From Culinary Sports.
Yeah, okay.
So you forgive your coach for not playing your son in the last basketball in the last sport he played?
That's what he said?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Culinary Sports.
Yeah.
That's you know.
All right, okay. Man, read that one again.
Hello.
Oh, sure.
Hello. You obviously have a strong disdain for anyone not associated with the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you show this anger to these people while on your day-to-day job? There has to be a place of forgiveness.
Let me start off by saying this.
Mm-hmm.
So, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
There is a place for forgiveness for our oppressor. And that is when Christ comes back. And that place of forgiveness is going to be at the end of his sword.
Right.
That's when I can start the forgiving process.
Mm-hmm.
But give me Revelations 13. Give me Revelation 13 and 9. Yeah, go ahead.
When you getting whooped and you like, all right, well, I'm sorry. That's the place of forgiveness when the belt is swinging right there. When the sword is swinging, now is the place for forgiveness. That's what it said. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Smack. I won't do it again. Smack. That's the place of forgiveness right there.
That's where I was going next because in order for you to forgive, you have to be in a place of power. Right. How can you forgive somebody and you have absolutely no power? You have no power. If you have absolutely no power. You cannot if you are if you're in jail and the person who put you in jail and you're innocent, you're totally innocent. The person put you in jail, locked you up, is dangling the key in front of you, right? You gonna forgive that person who beat you over the head with a billy stick and left you bleeding in days? You don't know what the hell day it is. You don't know your own goddamn name. And you bleeding in jail, face busted up, blood coming down your eyes, lip busted up and everything. That man is on the other side of that jail cell, waving the keys, laughing at you. How can you forgive them? You can't even get yourself out. You can't. First there needs to be, some sort of justice. Justice needs to happen. And if you're in jail and that man is holding the keys to your cell, how in the world could you forgive them? They don't want to be forgiven. They don't think they did anything wrong. You ever talk to an old racist? One of them old ass crackers. You ever talk to them? They don't believe that they did anything wrong. They don't believe that their parents did anything wrong. They don't believe that their grandparents did anything wrong. So why are you forgiving somebody who don't believe that they're doing anything wrong? They're going to have to learn the hard way. And we can't teach them. We have no power. But you know who does have power? Christ. When the Most High sends Christ back, that sky cracks, and he's coming down on a white horse that's going to be red in a hot second with a bloody sword. That's when they're going to beg for your forgiveness. That's when you can say, all right, I forgive you. That's when you can say that. You got that verse?
It was Revelations
13 and 9.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. That leadeth.
Hold on. If anybody have an ear, let them hear. What does that mean? That doesn't mean that if you don't have physical ears. It means if you have an understanding, you need to listen up, listen closely. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. All right. You need to understand this. Salakia, hold on. All right, yeah, okay. So if you have if you can understand this. Keep going.
Let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity.
He that put people in chains. He that put people in slavery. Because we didn't do that. We didn't do that. That was our oppressor. That was all the oppressors. It's not just the stinging devil, the red devil. You know what I'm saying? That does not bathe properly.
Right.
Man, I can't get up off of that. These niggas, are you serious? Mm-hmm. It's not just them, but all these, stinking other oppressors. All the Asians, all the Arabs, all the Africans, all the Samoan American, whatever, all of them, all the Arabs, all of them. He that leadeth into captivity, keep going.
He that leadeth into captivity. Salam. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Maybe.
Shall go into captivity.
Only if the conditions are right.
Shall go into captivity.
So he's saying he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That means they're going to go into captivity. They're going to go into slavery. When were they ever in slavery? For putting us in slavery. When was it? Because I may have missed that history class. I may have skipped past that chapter in history where our oppressor went into slavery because they put us into slavery, right? So it says they shall go in. It's going to happen. They shall go into slavery, right? Keep going.
He that killeth with a sword.
He that kills with a sword. Ask Mike Brown. Ask Trayvon Martin. Ask Sandra Bland. Ask Freddie Gray. Ask what's that brother Tyree Nichols. Right. Ask all these brothers and sisters that got murdered by our oppressor. Right. Ask both in John. Right. Ask all these people. What happened to them? He that kills with the sword. They were killed with the sword. Right. Keep going.
Must be killed with the sword.
Probably.
Must.
Maybe they should be.
Must.
They must be killed with the sword. Now, what happened to these people that killed our brothers and sisters? You got one or two of them in jail. Maybe. And I'm not saying you need to go out and do anything to them. What you need to do is you need to get yourself right. And you don't know how to get yourself right. That's why you in class. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you get yourself right, is becoming in class and learning who your enemy is. This is how you do it. Cleaning yourself. Stop smoking weed. Stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Stop whoring your sisters out. Right?
So like what you just said is so heavy, because you literally said that I was, by the include in there. Like,
it must be plastic cup.
He said about 2 or 3 more times, do you show this anger while at your job, the same passion and strong insults? And what you just said was so critical. Like, first of all, like, he don't even understand, like, that's not our job. Like, we don't give a damn about that government complex. I don't care about ruling the CIA. I don't care about ruling the FBI. Our job is right here. And in here, we showing all of that passion. What do you say? The same passion and strong insults. We showing all of that right here. And the thing that we actually want to take over, the prayers, the airways, the entire world. He thinking small. He said, you show these insults at work. I don't care about that slavery. I'm there to do one thing, like we being taught, to go in there, get our money, and leave up out of it. That's it. This kind of as simple as as simple as the sky is blue. Do we show the same anger while you're at your job, the same passion and strong insult?
It's no sweat. It's no sweat. He's unlearned, but he's asking a question, and I appreciate you asking this question. Why? Because if you don't know what's going on, you're just bound to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So I appreciate you asking these questions and these concerns, but we're gonna learn you today. All right. You have something else to say?
He said, so the answer is no. He trying to be smart.
He is trying to be smart. He is trying, but no sweat. If you don't know what you don't know, it's no sweat. Right. But to answer your question, do I show this disdain and these insults at work? You goddamn right. Every chance I get, when Lord allows me to go out there on camp on Saturday or Friday or whenever the Lord allows me to go out there on camp, I stand on that podium and I say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So is his dog, and so is his pup. All of them are the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. And I tell all my brothers and sisters that how evil and disgusting they are. This is my job right here. Right here. This is my job. What you're thinking of, the water. What you're thinking of is a slavery. And when you are on a slavery, we just do things what we told that does not compromise our integrity as princes of the power. Right. Now, to answer that question, I'm gonna go to the scripture. Everything we say and we do comes out of here. Right. Everything we say and do comes out of here. When you get a chance, get me Romans 12 and 18. 12, verse 18. Romans 12 and 18. I'm gonna get there with you. Okay. I'm gonna get there with you because you think what I don't have this passion and this disdain for the oppressor at the slavery. Let me tell you something, yo, true story at the slavery, because all of us have slaveries. All those people who tries to yell out these insults, get a job, nigga, that is our job. But are you talking about a slavery? Yes, we have those too. We have those too. So we have, a profile, a picture of, all the employees that's into slavery, right? And I seen this one ugly woman. Right? That is just hideous, right? It's oppressive. This bitch is ugly. Salaki, this woman is ugly, right? And she got a bald head. And heavy makeup on. She got a bald head and heavy makeup on, and I'm looking and I'm just like, well, all right, maybe she has cancer and she's she's just going through something, right? And I'm thinking, hey, that's probably what it is, right? And then my coworker is on like a meeting, right? And then like he has the headphones on and he's just like what the hell, I'm like, hey, what's going on? He was like, yo, I thought that was that was a woman. I was like, what are you talking about? Right. And then he shows me her. I was like, yeah, I guess she got a bald head. I guess she got cancer, right? He was like, nah, that's not a woman. I was like, what are you talking about? Her name is whatever, it has some woman's name, right? And then he gave me the headphones. He's like, listen to her. Right. And then she was talking, and then she was like, so yeah, we need to do this, blah. I'm like, yo, that is a nigga. That is a dude. Uh-huh. Why is he talking like that? That is it looking like a man. Yes. It looked like, I thought it was an ugly woman. Yes. But it was an ugly Edomite dude, thinking that he's a woman. Then I move floors, and this bastard works like the next section over. I have to see this dude coming in goddamn dresses and everybody referring to him as a her. I'm like, yo, Christ, Lord, please send this dude back. Send Christ back, because this nigga ain't even wearing a wig. It's got male pattern baldness all up in here, and he just shaves his head. He don't even try and talk like a woman. He just talk like a goddamn dude. But to answer your question, we're gonna read the scripture about how we deal with these oppressors. Right? Romans what? 8 what was
Romans 12 and 18.
Romans 12 and 18. This is how we deal with everybody on the slavery. Why? Because it's a slavery. Once we get to our jobs, then it's something different. Yeah, go ahead, get that. Salakia. I just need to get there too as well.
Romans 12 and 18.
Romans 12 and 18. Where you at, Romans? There you are. Romans 12 and 18. Right? Because the brother asked, there was a question online in case you didn't hear. Brother asked, do we have the same basically he says, are we still angry at all the oppressors while we're on our jobs? And do we talk to them how the way we're talking about them right here, right now in class? So there's a scripture on how we're supposed to treat them. What's going on? Good to see you. And if you could, brother, you have a sword? All right, no sweat. No, so but that was the question. And we're about to read out the scripture on how we treat our oppressor, or even jakes in the world who think they oppressors, because we sure do got a lot of them on the slave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's more Uncle Ruckuses than there are Israel. I seen this one clip. Just talking about that. I seen this one clip. It's making its rounds pretty heavy. Where this podcast, they was asking these two brothers, would you fight a gorilla with just a pair of scissors, or bring back slavery and you're not a slave, just you? That was the question. Would you fight a gorilla with just a pair of scissors, or bring back slavery for your people and you're not a slave? One brother was like, give me them scissors. I'm fighting that gorilla. He was like, basically, yeah, I'm gonna die, but my people, I would never put my people back into slavery. And the other nigga was like, the other Uncle Tom, the other, Uncle Ruckus was like, well, these niggas gonna have to go back into slavery, because there's no way I'm gonna fight that. I'm not gonna die for my people. Like, yo,
Right.
seriously. And even his reasoning for it was like, yeah, well, I'm gonna get my mans out, I'm gonna get my people out. But what about all the rest of your people?
Right.
What about all the rest? There's more people like that, on a slave than a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this is how we treat our oppressor. This is how we treat the jakes who think that they're oppressors as well on the slavery, right? And so who has that? Anybody have that? A scripture? Romans 12 and 18.
Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, like I said, if it's possible, this is what you should do. Because there are times where you are absolutely 100% going to have to, check some of these damn heathens. You know what I'm saying? And when you do it, you're going to have to do it in the spirit of the Most High. There is a proper way to check some heathens. And there is an improper way to do it. If you do not know how to do it or when to do it, you need to come to class and learn. You know what I'm saying? Come to class and learn. All right, keep reading, Baba Kishore. Come. As much as lieth in you.
As much as lieth, if it takes all the fortitude that you have in you to do this is what you should do. Keep going.
Live peaceably with all men.
Man, live peaceably with all men. Just do that. Just do that. There's a time and place to cuss out these. And I ain't gonna say cuss out. There's a time and place to set the record straight.
You know what I'm saying? I every week, Lord allow, when there's camp, I can go out there and tell all of my people how much the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
I can tell them how much, how evil and wicked that they are. I can, and then I can go into actual, proof where they're enacting a state of emergency to keep our northern tribe brothers and sisters out of their county, but yet welcome the Taliban in their county. Put them, house them up. Not even just let them live in hotels, but put them in housing. Give them jobs. Give them businesses. Let them skip the line for citizenship. Give them goddamn 850 credit scores. You know what? We may have an 850 credit score combined. God damn it. But all the goddamn Taliban that came over here got 850 credit scores. Now they can go out and build businesses, to the death of them. Right. You know what these goddamn Asians do? What they do is they'll have their people come over here, and when they're I want to say it's like the first 5 years of them being over here, they'll give them the business, or they'll sell them the business, and for those 5 years they don't have to pay taxes. They don't have to pay no taxes for those first 5 years. After them 5 years is up, they'll sell to another family member, or another family come in, and boom, they'll sell to them. 5 years. You know how much, how far you can get ahead with 5 years of not paying taxes? And it's not like they're making, chump change. We are making these bastards rich. Those doggone carryouts that they have, they're making like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week on us. And they are paying zero taxes on it for 5 years. You wonder how they can send their stinking little kids to private schools and Ivy League schools and whatnot? It's because of us. You think we're poor? We're poor by their standard, but no, we're not poor. And who said anything? Who says that goddamn Ling Ling can make better chicken than the sisters? They can't make better food than us. Absolutely not. But they flood our neighborhoods with their stinking attitudes. They Shabbat brothers out earlier last week, where they have carryouts in our neighborhoods, which means you come in, you order food, and you carry that out of their sight. You go into other people's neighborhoods, they'll have restaurants where they'll greet you, give you a menu, and tell you to sit down, stay as long as you like. But for us, get your stuff and get the hell out. I don't want you in here. They don't even have chairs. You can't sit down, even if you wanted to. They got these big ass, thick ass, bulletproof glass where you have to pass something through the damn window. At the same time, they're making millions off of us in our neighborhoods. Not only that they're stinking food, but the nail salons and whatnot. They're making so much money. They're making so much bank off of us. And where they put it? They put it right back into their communities. They don't build our places up. They don't build our places up. So if I have to slave with them, if I can be peaceful with them, if they keep their mouth shut and leave me the hell alone, I'll leave them the hell alone. But if they want to open their mouth and say something stupid, I'm gonna give them a show. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them how much of a nigga I can be. Everybody knows me. They know I like to say to myself, I don't talk much, but you give me a platform, you give me a reason to say something. Go ahead. So if that answers your question, I can go to slavery and live peaceably with these bastards, take all their money and come back and build my nation. Right. Give it to Officer Yatazar with that chemis. What? Have you had some of that? No? Oh, brother, you need to have some of that. Yes. Ooh wee. I could give Officer how's a Hobb, you know, some funds so he can make me look as fly as him. You know what I'm saying? He got the illest garments, you know, in Israel. I ain't get some money to Shapat and get me another crown. You know what I'm saying? I can give some money to Captain Tazariak so I can smell good and track all the little biddies around. Right? Yeah, now I'm talking. Yeah. That nigga spitting. That's what Brock just said. Yeah, you understand. Yeah. I take all that money that Esau is giving me and I spend it all on Israel.
Salagi, if I could too, just the more to cut. I'm gonna just call him a devil. He got no profile
nah, he in
picture.
okay. Salagi.
He got no profile picture. But nonetheless, and just to make something even more clear.
Wait, who is it? Who is it?
The sports. Sports.
Nah, he ain't a devil. He slaved with Kagar.
Oh, do he?
Yeah.
Yikes. What you gonna call it? That's what every other nation do too. These Ethiopians and these Chinese, whatever the case may be, they get their money, they send it back to their own country. You go in the city, and whatever major city you got, a lot of times you might see a black bus, or you might see some type of other transportation system. They're not getting on the city bus like you and I. They getting their money, and they done bought a few buses, and they set up their own bus routes. These Chinese, the Asian community, and these Ethiopians and whatnot, they set up their own transportation routes. They get their money. The same thing that you just said just now about now we get our money, we come back in here, we spend it on the brothers' merchandise and yada yada yada, and use it to build up our nation, get schools and all that and above.
Mm-hmm.
Like we not using it. We not going like majority of these brothers. You go to the slavery, you get the paycheck and you go spend it up on their holidays. You go spend it up on their Christmas. You get the money right back to them.
Yeah.
Now, like we using it to, you know what I'm saying, to build up the nation. Just like these other races of people do it when they go into these slaveries and they building up their people. They send it back to their country. They put it back in their family. You understand? Like we doing the same thing in here. Like outside of here, black people was giving it right back.
Yeah.
Outside of here, black and Latino was giving it right back.
100%. I saw this one article that made me like I heard it and it physically made me sick. The circulation of $1 in different communities. The number one community that it circulated was the so-called Jewish man, and it circulated in their community for I want to say it's like 47 days or something like that. Every time $1 goes into the so-called Jewish community, it stays in there for around 47 days. Number two was the Asian community. It stayed around there around like something like 41 days. Then it was the regular ordinary Esau, because basically all of it is theirs. Stayed in their community for 18 days. You know how much long it stayed in our community? Take a wild guess. A little more than a couple minutes. Little more. You want to take a guess?
What was it? You said how long it stayed in your community?
How long it circulates and stays in the black community? The $1. We get $1. We get paid. How long does it stay within our community?
I was gonna say a day. I wouldn't give it a week. I give it a day. Like you. So
you say a couple minutes. You say a day, and you say about 2 weeks. 6 hours. 6 hours. That means the regular, if you're lucky, you only work 8 hours a day. You get paid, you go to work, you get paid before you out of your goddamn slavery. It's out of our community. 6 hours. You want to know why? Because we have no businesses. We have no community. You want to pay rent? Black people don't own buildings to pay rent to. You want to pay your gas, your electric, your cell phone? We don't own none of that stuff. You want to buy some groceries? We don't own grocery stores. We don't even own the corner stores. We don't own none of that. You want to buy some clothes for your kids? We don't own none of them stores. You want to go to Walmart? We don't own no Walmart. Anything that you need to buy, we don't own none of that stuff. That goes out to somebody else. Shout out to Kuama Par. I wish I was, he was close by. I'd go down to his place and pick up a plate. because he be showing out every day. He be showing out every day. I wish I could just send him some money and just get a plate from him instead of giving money to any of these goddamn devils. If I can give it to, especially if I can give it to a brother in the school, I would rather give it to a brother in the school than to give it to one of our brothers outside the school. You know what I'm saying? But if I can't get to a brother in the school, all right, I'll give it to my people before I give it to the devil. Right. Before I give it to the heathen. That way it'll stay in our community maybe 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? And then we build up from there. We get startups where we can have, clothing brands and whatnot, where we go to us and get our clothes. You know what I'm saying? We now we have brothers like down in Texas who has a farmland, and they got how much they have, what, like, I forget the number. They have a certain number head of cattle down there. Had a couple about, forget how many gallons of dried beans and whatnot and rice that they grew on their farmland. So chickens and eggs. Right when everybody was saying how high the price for eggs was, they was giving it away. They was giving it away. Pretty soon that's gonna be all over for all over the land for us as far as UPK goes. It started out down there, but it's gonna spread out to all these other camps. And all we have to go is to go to the UPK store right there. Boom. Boom. We got fresh goods. It's gonna be built up slowly but surely. You want some strong, you know who to go to. Go to Officer Yachtazar. You know what I'm saying? You want some smell good. There's a few brothers out there. Also, Captain Tazariak, and there's a few other brothers that do that. You want some garments, you know what I'm saying? You go to Captain Ugarwa. And other brothers starting to make some of this stuff as well. There's a sister out there, Stitches, and I forget. But she has some ill stitching stuff. Even a sister in Baltimore, she got some ill stuff. If y'all see how fly General Q is, it's from that sister in Baltimore.
Kansas City,
yeah. Yeah, man, she be making some badass dresses, yo.
Out there in Philly, Officer the cars red.
Yeah. So we coming up. We coming up. You got some stuff. The sister out in New York, we even make kids garments and whatnot. Got some fly stuff out there. But if you say, we got how we got to treat the oppressor, why are you worried about how we treat the oppressor? You should be worried about how we treat you, brother. Who cares about how the way we treat them? That doesn't matter. You should be worried about how the way we treat you. Why don't you come to class? Come to class and see for yourself how the way you get treated. You shouldn't be worried about the oppressor. That the oppressor is going to get taken care of. Know that. Know that. But why don't you come around some true brothers, some real brothers that has your best interest in heart, your best interest in mind. Why don't you come to class and find that out for yourself? Right. But in short, let's go back to this article. Well, we're about done. They are where is this article? Okay, there it is. They're trying to enact a state of emergency where it basically excludes or prohibits hotels and motels from housing all of our brothers and sisters, and it's all about money. That's real. I ain't gonna say it's all about money. They're making it all about money when really they just don't want to help the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But if it was, the Taliban, you know what I'm saying, they can come on in. If it was, the oppressor from Ukraine, they can come on in too. But when it comes to the Lord's chosen people, that goes to show you exactly how the way they treat us. There's two sets of people who are seeking asylum because they come from war-torn societies, right? They give them everything they want, and they tell us to go kick rocks. That all those so-called northern tribe or the so-called Hispanics and Native American Indians who say that they ain't black, you sure are getting treated like a nigga. Because just like they treating the Haitians, you getting treated that same way. All this is biblical. All of this is biblical. We need to put all this, tribalism and colorism away because we are in the same boat. Same boat. They hate us just like they hate you. Only people that love you is the Lord's chosen people who knows who they are. I know you Israel. You just don't know it. And I'm going to show you brotherhood. I ain't gonna be like no Christian. I'm gonna show you brotherhood and tell you who you are and how you should operate. And with that, anybody have any questions? Anything else online? Did that brother say anything else?
Nothing. He said he just responded with a question. He said, I don't agree with any of your doctrine, but I thank you for answering my questions. I pray that you find Christ, the one who died for the entire world. Right, that's all. Right.
Die for the entire world, huh? You talking about this nigga right here? You talking about this PW right here? This nigga died for the whole wide world?
Right.
Isn't this a nigga that was hanging burning crosses in our front yards?
Right.
This they was doing it in the name of this dude, right? Is this who you talking about? You saying this guy died for niggas? He looked like he says nigger right here. This dude and all the people that follow him, they say it with a hard ER. They be hanging nooses, in people's front yards and blowing up churches. The same place that you go to, who you say God loves everybody, he puts bombs in there and kills little girls that practice for choir rehearsal. That's the cat who did it. That's the cat who did it. The Dylan Storm roof look like this nigga right here. So you saying this dude died for a nigga? For me? He died for me? He died for you? He died for you? You think this cat died for you? You had something, brother?
No, you forgot in touching children.
Oh yeah. How could I forget that? So what, brother? This bastard molests kids. That's in the name of this bastard, the church molests kids. We trying to be like them so much. You get people like Bishop Eddie Long, who God killed. You really don't have to believe in us. But look at our fruit. We get people off of drugs. We turn people who was once crackheads into powerful men of God. You know what I'm saying? Real men of God. We turn people who are destitute and broken and make them whole. Those are miracles. And you know why they were destitute and broken? It's because they're following this bastard right here. That's who they was following. If this dude never existed, just think how far we would be. If we was left to learn to serve our God, a nigga from Bethlehem, just think how far we would be. But since you got Uncle Ruckus is like we gotta love everybody. Nigga who raped our foremothers and hung our forefathers. Nah, I'm not serving that cat. I'm not serving that cat.
Right.
Anybody have anything else?
Nothing else on mine.
And with that, I pass the class to Priest and Officer Barack.
We got the I.S.U.P.K security announcements.
We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under command of Jenny Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of First Fruits. Starts after the Sabbath, the 11th bread, sundown of April 9th of 2023. You count 50 days, celebrate the 50th day, which is Monday, May 29th of 2023. And it starts before sundown. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 10 through 22. Of course, where it's going to be held at in your location, in your zone and city. You want to stay in close contact with your camp leader, the person that's over your zone regarding location, time, and the things that is needed for that event. You got Commander Jenny Yahanna's Black Watch channel on It's America on Fire on the channel. If you want to find it, once again, it's going live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you tune in, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Come back to it and leave a comment. Make sure you get that radio show, that podcast, that show pushed out there. You understand, for the world to see. I remind Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband or scarf. And with that, I say a majim, which means to stand. Sisters, you can remain seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barak Athah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barak Athah.
Yahweh Batar. Saw, which means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Sister, you can stand, please. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Since you can turn this way, Baba Shah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, towards it. Yep. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathan B'Hashem Yahweh Shah. You say Yahweh Shema Alathan B'Hashem Yahweh Shah. Most High Christ, Yahweh Matar, class dismissed.